Charters. And today I'm going to give you the fishing report. It's April 28th, 2023. And before we get into the fishing, I just wanted to talk to you a little bit about the channel and then discuss the weather a little bit that we've had. Um, One of the new additions to the channel is that now you can become a member of the channel. And there are two things that come with membership. Number one, if you enjoy the channel, would like to keep seeing more videos, by becoming a member, you're helping to help the channel, support the channel. The other thing is there is going to be exclusive member only videos that I will be uploading. One of the videos I'd like to put up here very shortly is on goggle eye fishing. For those of you that like to kite fish and live bait fish, I'm planning to upload a video here in the next few days on goggle eye fishing, going through the steps of catching goggle eyes, how we rig for them, how we catch them, and so forth. And aside from that, I'm going to be uploading many more new videos in the in the near future. So if you think you'd like to become a member, just hit that join button and click on it, and there's no obligation. All right, guys, let's talk a little bit about the weather. This week, the weather's been a little bit erratic. It hasn't been really rough, but we have had some rain, some storms moving through. Today, our trip, we got about 80% of it in before the storms kind of chased us away. Captain Art was out with some clients. They had very good tuna action first thing in the morning. They were getting hooked up 2 or 3 at a time on every drift. Unfortunately, the sharks were just as hot. So they did lose quite a few fish to the sharks, but the action was pretty spectacular there early in the morning. The key for the blackfins is the live chum. You need to have the pilchards. We had some bait. He was able to buy some bait in the morning and kind of top off the well, and they were responding really well to the chummers. You didn't need a ton of chummers, but just enough to get them going, get them excited. Um, After that, he moved to a different spot to try to get away from the sharks, and the action did slow a little bit. They got some bonitas and a couple other fish before they came in. Actually, the weather kind of chased them in. A couple days ago, we were out, kind of same scenario. We had some stormy weather. I think this was Tuesday morning. We had some stormy weather. We had to delay the trip. We were at the marina about 6 o'clock. We normally leave the dock at 7. We didn't leave until after 8 o'clock. It was still stormy and kind of nasty out, but we had a group that was leaving that same day and they really wanted to get out. So we decided to give it a shot anyway. Um, the good news is that as soon as we got out, um, the fish were snapping and it didn't take long. We must have hit the nail on the head because as soon as we put out the first bait, which just happened to be a live goggle eye, we had the first bite, we had a fish on. We ended up pulling the hook on that fish, and as soon as we pulled the hook on that fish, we had another bite on a mid rod. That turned out to be a really nice blackfin tuna later. We hooked the sailfish while we were fighting the blackfin tuna, and I think we got cut off on the bottom rod by a kingfish. So it was pretty fast and furious there. We did hook the blackfin on really light tackle, so it took a while to land it. We had to chase it around, pick up our baits, and chase them around a little bit to try to cut down on the distance and the angle on the fish, and on the light hooks and light wire, light leader, everything. It was kind of hard, but we managed to land that fish. Fish was probably about 25 pounds, which is probably one of the larger fish we've had so far this season. This time of the year, the blackfins can get up sometimes over 30 pounds. So I expect to see some bigger ones here in the coming weeks. And I expect these fish to hang around for at least another month and a half minimum. Sometimes we'll get them as late as mid to late June, and I've had them before in July. So hopefully they'll stick around. The sail fishing has slowed down a little bit. There are a few sails around if you put in the time, but not quite as many. There was also a lot of kingfish towards the middle of this week. The kingfish kind of went off, the kingfish bite. Most of the fish were like average size, 8, 10, 12 pounds. But there was some 20, 30 pounders mixed in. So that's always cool to see. The snapper fishing has been okay if you could find the right weather. There was a couple days there with south tide, made it kind of tough. Today the wind's been kind of erratic. I think tomorrow, Saturday, we're supposed to run 2 trips. and it looks like the winds might be a little bit out of the south, so we might get some more rain and some more storms tomorrow. I'm hoping we don't, but I wouldn't be surprised if we see some stormy weather at some point during the day. So we'll see how that goes. On May 1st, the grouper season opens. Um, so you can fish for grouper either inshore or offshore. We catch them both inshore and offshore. A lot of times we'll stop inshore on the way in from an offshore trip and target them. You just have to look for structure, and the key is to have plenty of bait, throw different baits at them. Sometimes it helps if you can chum them up with a bunch of liveys, get them going. But either way, it's kind of cool, and that will be happening next week. We are planning a trip to the Bahamas, hopefully on Tuesday is what we're shooting for, if we can get the right weather window. We're going to be targeting yellowfin tuna over there. And if we do go, I'm going to try to get some footage and put together a nice little video for you guys. Well, with that, I'm going to let you go. Until next time, my name is Captain Orlando Muniz with Nomad Fishing. Thanks again.